Welcome to the Danny Clinkscale Reasonably Irreverent podcast. Insightful and witty commentary, probing interviews, and detours from the beaten path.
Every once in a while, we have to bring out the big dog.
Yeah.
Oh, God help us. It's time for Danny Unleashed. Sponsored by Easton Roofing, where integrity matters. Go to eastonroofing.com for more.
Todd, I was so happy to hear your Chicago adventures
My
yesterday.
gosh.
Sounds like it was great
So
fun.
much fun. So much fun. We had a great time in Chicago. Saw Metallica twice. What else do you want? I mean, come on.
Is that the first time? Is that the first time you've? I've never done that. Seen the same.
I've never had a chance to see the same.
I mean, I could see, for instance,
twice.
that when the Mavericks come, I see them every year, and they do a three-night run, and I've never gone more than once. I don't really have a desire to. So how was it seeing? I'm sure they mixed the show up a little bit because
no repeats.
Yeah, that's also that's why no songs.
No repeat weekend.
Really?
Yeah. Two separate shows.
Did they say it was going to be that? Okay.
Here's the deal.
Was it designed to get people to go twice
Yes.
and make more money?
Here's the
nice
deal.
work, guys.
Here's what they did. This tour has been going on for about a year. They're old now. They're 60 years old. 61, 62, whatever. Which is not old.
No.
But it's old to do what they do.
A lot of people still older who are doing it.
They play an intense style of music that you
Yes.
can't just stand there and strum around and do.
No.
It's a thing. So, and they've got enough money now. That, when they were in their 20s, they would go around and play 300 nights a year, all in every little city in the world. Well, now they're like, all right, here's the deal. We're going to go to these cities. You want to come see us? You come see us. All right. That's what we're going to do. So they play, everything they've played has been Friday, Sunday. So it's the weekend.
But they get a nice day off.
They get a day off.
Mm-hmm.
And the people come to town. They called it a takeover. Every city they've gone to, they have a storefront store, a pop-up store. There's they have this, like, we didn't go to this. There's a art thing with photos and stuff that they have somewhere.
A little fan fest of sorts.
Cover bands that play in clubs and stuff on Saturdays, all these things. On Friday night, they have two opening acts. On Sunday, two different opening acts. So you literally hear none of the same songs. And their set is different on both nights. So you go to two concerts. We did not get there in time. I was a little disappointed on Friday. We didn't get in time to see Mammoth, which is Eddie Van Halen's kid, his band. And if you've listened to any of it, just know that he plays every single thing. He plays the drums, the bass, the guitar, sings. He puts it all together.
Right.
But on stage,
he's got a band, obviously.
It's fun stuff. Pantera was the second band on Friday, which
wow.
So Pantera's fine. It's not exactly my cup of tea. It's a little rougher than most.
Yeah.
But and that
they're
Pantera
a legendary band.
is not Pantera anymore.
I don't know.
Dimebag Darrell
not legendary,
dead.
but they're
the songs
legendary
are,
probably is
spare the legendary.
Yeah, that's true.
But Zakk Wylde was playing guitar for him, which is awesome because Dimebag Darrell was murdered on stage.
That didn't help.
No, so that ended his career. But so they were great.
Usually does.
So then on Sunday, I did not get there in time to see Ice Nine Kills. I don't know what that was. Ice Nine Kills, Drake. Do you know?
Sounds like disco to
Drake
me.
doesn't know. But then Five Finger Death Punch, who is they
Yes.
were very good.
I like Five Finger Death Punch.
Please have that for a drop forever. So they're very good. Their front man, I've never seen them, and I know some songs. He was freaking outstanding. I mean, this guy pumped the crowd up, and it was really, really cool. And then Metallica was great both nights because they're awesome, and they know what they're doing, and the setup is incredible. And it was
sounds
in the
fantastic.
Middle of the football
Middle
field.
of the field.
A great big circle. The stage was round. 4 drum sets. They started where we were sitting was 40-yard line. So we were at 7 o'clock if you're looking, at midfield going up and down. And so if you were looking at a clock that way, the drums were at like 4 o'clock. And then after 3 songs, they went down underneath. And then they popped up at like 2 o'clock. And then 4 songs, they popped up. And then they popped up over there. They were at 10 o'clock. They popped up, and they ended at like 7 o'clock right in front of us. So they basically played like 4 songs.
All the quadrants.
Yeah.
To each quadrant, I counted 14 microphones. So they would sing to the inside of the crowd, the outside of the crowd, back and forth across. It was very coordinated. And
it's amazing.
So
it was even on 4 different drum sets, you could still tell how much of a troll or Lars is.
Yeah. People don't like Lars.
No,
some people don't. They did a cool thing. There was this Sunday night. I've seen this video around. We look up and there's this kid sitting there. It's like a 10-year-old kid sitting on a little stool behind him. And I'd seen someone down in the middle of the pit had a sign that says, "Let me play drums" or something. He didn't let me play drums, but this kid got to come up there and just sit right behind him.
Good for him.
It was cool.
Very cool.
Well, how about this little concert note? Over the last couple of weeks, Aerosmith announced that they're retiring because Steve can't sing anymore. Steven Tyler can't sing anymore. And he blew his voice out at this show at the it's not the Nassau County Coliseum, but it's whatever
it's
arena.
What we call that now. It's still the Nassau Coliseum.
Whatever arena. I think it's a new arena.
It's where the Islanders play.
Yeah, it's where the Islanders play. So my sister is like the biggest Aerosmith fan in the world, and she had seen them 25 times. Hadn't seen them in a while. She went with a friend and drove to Long Island and saw that show. It was the last ever show.
Last ever. Did he make it through the show?
No. Yes, but that night he injured his vocal cords, and that was it. And he tried to rehab them, and it didn't work. But that's so. I mean, it was completely inadvertent. But she ends up seeing the very last show they ever do.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was pretty cool.
Well, Metallica is going to be in Minnesota tonight and Sunday, so they're playing the football stadiums. It's cool. It's cool. They're playing. I think 3 nights or 4 nights maybe in Mexico City. 4. Because they're not going all over Mexico.
Sounds like somebody's making some monies.
Well, I think they're
and
good
probably
at that
not
part.
probably not just them.
No, they're all making money for sure. I have been to I've been to Arrowhead for lots of concerts, but I've never seen an Arrowhead concert in the round.
Right.
Where they could sell every seat. This was in the round at a football stadium. Not a seat open. All gone.
Very good. Sound like a great time. So I need to. You didn't say this, I don't think, when you were reviewing this the other day. Did you opt for the thin pizza or the deep dish?
We did both.
You did both.
We did them both. We had plenty of time to eat pizza.
Chicago-style deep dish is it's too much.
It is a lot.
It's like lasagna.
Yeah. I'm one of those things where you can say if you want, that's not really pizza. I'm like, okay, still pretty good.
Yeah, it's a little
it's still
overwhelming
meat and cheese
for
and
me,
sauce
but
and
we went
crust,
to
and I'm
a
okay
place
with it.
called Paisanos that had both.
Right.
And so we ordered one deep dish, but it was a little thinner deep dish than some of those, like Lou Malnati's or Giordano's. And then we also ordered one of their thin ones. I liked them both. It was all good. I'd had several beers already, so it was
your palate was attuned.
It was.
Or
so then,
numbed, whichever.
On Sunday, we were looking to get some pizza on the way to the concert, and we were walking to the show because this Airbnb we were at was close enough where we could walk. And there was a Giordano's, I always say it wrong, whatever, on the way. But you would no way you were going to get in there and sit down.
Right.
So we just outsmarted it. We got online. We ordered 6 personal pan pizza, basically.
Right.
I
heard you talk about that. Good plan.
And we picked them up, walked to the park, and is it? Can you say we ate like hobos? I don't know. We just stood there on the rock and we ate the pizza. And we weren't smart enough to take napkins with us. It was a bad idea.
that does sound like
But we did get the pepper and cheese packets, so we were good there. But yeah, whatever.
Wipe your hands with the empty packets, maybe.
You wipe your hands on your black T-shirt because you're going to a Metallica concert. So
was there grass around? I mean, lawn. So you could wipe your hands on the lawn.
Yeah, there was actually a water fountain in the park. Wipe up a little bit, whatever.
Right.
I can't imagine not getting napkins.
That was dumb on our part, Kurtis.
It was
made an error.
Yeah,
but then we were about a block away. We weren't going back to napkins. I don't know. Whatever. The food was good though. And
that's great.
Got some popcorn. They have a couple good popcorn places. That's like Nuts on Clark.
Oh yeah, that is very good. I usually get it when I go to the Chicago airport.
So in Soldier Field, they had Nuts on Clark popcorn. And I love popcorn.
Yeah.
I had popcorn both shows. I was like buying popcorn.
What, just regular old buttered popcorn?
They didn't have flavors.
Not the cheese?
Yeah, they just had, it was in boxes.
I like that cheese popcorn, but it's one of those things that's, is this worth it? My fingers are orange now. This isn't nice.
Yeah.
I don't
gloves. My brother bought some bag of popcorn in the store that was hot cheese, caramel, and regular cheese.
I don't like caramel popcorn.
And everyone around you they couldn't stop talking about the White Sox, could they?
The whole place.
They were all just
we saw
all of Twitter.
We did see a guy with a White Sox like a jacket on. I was like, wow.
I think White Sox gear is sometimes a gang-related type of thing, type of clothing, I think.
This guy just like a regular guy who liked the White Sox. I haven't told this story on the air.
Or not necessarily gang. Sometimes, some gang, but some rapper stuff, too.
You will appreciate this as a fan of music and sports.
Yes.
So, I'll say the name. One of the kids in our group, it was some fathers and sons, right? So it was 6 people. We're like 50s and then 20s. One of the kids, not a big sports fan.
Okay.
Loves music, though. Okay? The other kids, they like sports. One of them really likes sports. One of them kind of likes sports, whatever. So we're leaving the concert on Friday night and just packed in this tunnel trying to get underneath this thing and get up over the trains and all this stuff. And these fans just start chanting, Green Bay sucks. Green Bay sucks. Because we're in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if somebody had a Packers shirt on. I don't know what happened, but it just spontaneously chanted this for like 20 seconds.
Yes.
Whatever, it's fine. I think the next day, I gotta check and see how this happened, why this came up. But one of the kids said something about how they were chanting that Green Day sucks. They thought like Metallica fans.
They were saying Green Day sucks.
Like really angry about Green Day. And we just started laughing so hard. Because he doesn't watch sports, doesn't understand, doesn't know that there's a team called the Bears, or even understands that Green Bay is a city that has the Packers. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Oh, my God.
That is a funny juxtaposition
now,
there.
forever.
The guy clapped back with some music, and people are like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, we didn't even know. But, yeah, so we know the Metallica fans, maybe they like Green Day. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But they weren't chanting that. It was just Bears fans.
No.
Who just because... You might as well just yell, Green Bay sucks.
There goes back a while.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a long deal. So, Danny, let's talk Royals first.
Okay.
What do you think
I like
about where they are right now?
I like the Royals. I am more optimistic than Kurtis, I think, about the Royals. I have grown to be optimistic, and most of it is because the math is starting to become pretty good for them. I think if they can get to 88 wins, which is 2 games over 500 for them, you're going to force the Red Sox now to play basically 600-plus ball, and I don't know if they're capable of that. Now, it's on the Royals to play 2 games over 500, and I think 88's in. I think 88 wins is going to do it, and I think maybe less would do it.
I've heard people say, don't look at Boston, look at Seattle as well.
Well... The offense is terrible, just terrible. Rosarena's helped, but it hasn't. And they just got swept by the Tigers, so they're in even a worse position now. So given the same scenario, they're going to have to play like 620 ball or something like that. Now the Red Sox schedule is much tougher than the Mariners, but the Royals have a tough schedule. So it's kind of, to me, it's on the Royals. If they play just pretty good ball the rest of the way, they're in, and I think they're good enough to do that.
Well,
so I'm starting to feel,
even when they're bad, they haven't lost like 8 in a row or something.
No, and they have often done what they did the other day, which is play 2 dreadful games and look like they're going to get swept, and then that third game is a big game for them, and they've won those games. Now they've
avoided the broom a lot this year, which
is awful
too many times
in rubber games.
Yes,
but. The third game when they were about to get swept, they've been good. So I'm starting to really think they're going to do it.
I think they've done some nice things with the bullpen. Ursig looks great.
Yes.
I mean, he looks like a guy who I would put out there any situation.
And I think he probably doesn't have scar tissue yet.
Yeah.
I mean, he's only pitched for a couple of years.
Right, 3 years.
So I think that he's, this is what I do. I'm good at it. I haven't coughed up leads so far in my career, whatever. So I think he's in a good position. Now, I will say this. I think the Royals, everybody says, well, we shouldn't be disappointed if they don't make the playoffs. This is a building process and so on and so forth. I say bunk.
No, you absolutely will be disappointed.
You